Hello and welcome to another awesome episode of Badman Reviews, and today we'll be talking about my top 10 anticipated games of 2017. For those of you who were early to last week's video, you may have noticed my little mistake in the thumbnail, and that got me thinking about what games for 2017 I can't wait for, and well, now here we are. But before we start, I want to talk about some honorable mentions before we continue, because it was hard for me to dwindle down this list to just 10. So here are 5 honorable mentions. First, we have Halo Wars 2, a franchise I love oh so much, but just couldn't find room for on this list. Red Dead Redemption 2, another fantastic franchise that I highly enjoyed for its multiplayer that didn't make the cut. Next, we have South Park: The Fractured But Whole. The first game was just so lovable and charming, and I can't wait to head back into South Park. Scalebound was also going to be on this list, and I have it here in the script, but, you know, that was just canceled literally after I wrote the script, so we'll replace this with, I don't know, Dark Souls the board game. Why not? And lastly, we have the interesting post-apocalyptic wasteland game, Horizon Zero Dawn. I also obviously want to say I'm excited to get my hands on a Nintendo Switch and to see what Project Scorpio has in store for us, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. I also have a feeling this list might change drastically in about a week when Nintendo announces its starting lineup for the Switch, but we'll have to see about that. Number 10!
Let's go!
Starting off the list, we have one of the first games Rare has made in a long time I'm actually excited for, and that is Sea of Thieves, the open-world, massively multiplayer pirates game that allows you to steal people's ships, fight other pirates on the open sea with your friends, explore for hidden treasure, and more. It's an awesome idea that I can't wait to explore with my friends. The game is going to be pretty in-depth too, where you can raise and lower your sails to speed or slow down your ship, drop your anchor, crash into another ship, board it and have sword fights with others, play music, drink beer like a good old pirate should. I'm super excited for this one, and I really wish I made it into the alpha, but hey, you can't win everything.
Number 9. Let's go!
Hand of Fate is a game I loved all too much when it got released as a free game with gold, and I put way too much time into it, making my way all the way to the final boss of the game. For those of you who don't know, it's a dungeon crawler-esque game but based around cards. The board is built up of cards that are placed face down, and your character makes his way through the dungeon trying to find the exit. Each card you land on can lead to many actions, either having to fight monsters, finding a shop, or activating a quest. When you enter battle, you actually go into a third-person little battle arena and fight your way through each monster. And if you die, well, it's game over, roguelike style. It's a challenging and addictive game that I really love, and well, once I heard a second game was coming out in 2017, you know I jumped on that bandwagon. The new game shows much more potential too, with a giant board of places to explore, better graphics, and more cards and foes to face. If you haven't played Hand of Fate 1, I would advise checking out sometime. It's not too pricey, and it's a fantastic experience, especially if you're into board games.
Number 8. Let's go!
2017 is the year my Kickstarters actually come to tail. Hatton Time was the first game I ever kickstarted, and it's finally being released this year, and I'm super excited to finally play a full version of it. I thoroughly enjoyed the alpha and beta of the game when they came out a while back, and I full-heartedly love the artistic style and characters. On top of that, Chapter 2 takes the game in a completely different direction with a crazy twist and some scary environmental stuff that amazed me and blew my mind and so many other things at the same time. I can't wait to see what else they do with this game in the chapters we haven't seen and how the collectathon aspect of this game is drawn about.
Number 7. Let's go!
Number 8 is another Rare game, but not really. Developed by some of the oldest members of the original Rare team comes a dream team here to bring you Ukulele. Yet another Kickstarter I funded finally coming to light this year. Another platformer collectathon, and truthfully, I can't wait to enjoy this game. Donkey Kong 64 and Banjo are some of my favorite games, and DK64 is my girlfriend's overall favorite game, so I can't wait to get this and play it together next to each other on separate TVs and maybe like speedrun it a little bit, who knows? It's really going to be a magical time for me, and from the toy box I got to play a little bit, it feels great. There are a few things I hope they update and fix for the final release, but when it comes down to it, nothing beats some good old platformer fun.
Number 6. Let's go.
Every year for the past couple years has had a huge RPG for me to enjoy. 2 years ago was Xenoblade Chronicles X, last year was Final Fantasy 15, and this year is going to be Dragon Quest 11. And I don't mean the 3DS one, I'm talking the giant, massively open-world PS4 game that has an artistic style that speaks to my soul. Truthfully though, I was hoping they went for more of an action-based combat system, but I guess one series should stick to the turn-based style of old. I'm mostly just happy to see enemies actually roaming the fields that you can walk by or literally just run over with your horse as you ride through the fields. There's still a lot we don't know about Dragon Quest XI, but as we get closer to its release date, I get more and more excited for each new news release.
Number 5. Let's go.
I've recently been playing through Mass Effect again, mostly so I can actually play and beat Mass Effect 3, but also so I can get in the mood and get ready for Mass Effect Andromeda, the newest entry to the series coming out in March. This is going to be a whole new journey, though not affected by past decisions in Mass Effect 1, 2, or 3, and will hopefully have a better ending in the grand scheme of things at the end of this new series. I'm mostly interested in seeing how they handle new planet exploration in this game. In Mass Effect 1, you could actually land on some planets with a bare, generically generated design that had some side quests plopped on them, which I actually really enjoyed. Mass Effect 2, on the other hand, got rid of that and added probing planets. From my understanding. From what I've read, Mass Effect 3 kept the same idea, which is a bit disappointing as well. I was really hoping Andromeda would maybe take a note out of No Man's Sky's books, because Mass Effect would be the perfect game to do that, but I don't think from the gameplay I can see that we should be expecting anything like that, which is too bad. Hopefully exploring planets is a more prominent feature in this game, and they bring back something akin to what we had in Mass Effect 1 for this game, but who knows what we may find in this new adventure.
Number 4. Let's go.
Truthfully, there isn't much I can say about this game because there is literally nothing that's been announced about it besides the fact it's coming out in 2017. So I'm actually expecting this to be pushed to 2018, but we'll see. I'm talking about Destiny 2, the big new beginning to the Destiny franchise, and we're believing things will actually get good with this game, hopefully. There have been, though, rumors floating around about characters from Destiny 1 not transferring over, much larger explorable worlds that aren't held back by last-gen consoles, colonies on planets you get quests from and help grow, and a PC release. But most of this is speculation or just rumors. No one knows for sure yet, and we probably won't hear about it until E3 this year, and then we'll probably get a Q4 release date or a 2018 release date. So until then, my hype is low, but still super excited to add on to the 590 hours I have from Destiny 1.
Number 3. Let's go.
At number 3, we have our best friend here on this channel, Crash Bandicoot and Crash the Insane Trilogy, a remaster of the first 3 games which I am super excited to play for you guys and review when it comes out. I think I'm mostly excited to see the changes made to the first game and to see how they improve upon it. Plus, seeing Warped in HD is going to be amazing. I can't wait to fight Dingodile and have a giant mech fight with Embryo. Oh, this is gonna be awesome. It's gonna be one of the biggest nostalgic trips I've had in a long time. This is gonna be one of those games that I kick back and play for hours on and enjoy every aspect of it. And maybe also try to speedrun it. Who knows? I've never done it, but it could be fun. Also, expect a Let's Play of all 3 games when it comes out, so that should be awesome for you guys as well.
Number 2. Let's go.
Now, while most people are getting super excited for Ukulele, Hatton Time, and Crash as platformers, all of my hype is actually being thrown into one fantastic little game called Voodoo Vince. One of the best platformer beat-em-up collectathons I have ever played. And it was for the original Xbox, so much like Stranger's Wrath, not a lot of people got to play this masterpiece. But it's finally being remastered for the Xbox One earlier this year, and I ask all of you to please, please pick this up when it comes out, because it is a masterpiece. Or if you have an original Xbox stashed away somewhere, blow off the dust, buy a copy of Voodoo Vince for like $7 for it, and pop it in, because I promise you that if you love platformers, you will not be disappointed in this game. Like, come on, your special move as a voodoo doll is stabbing yourself with a pitchfork or lighting yourself on fire, or worse, to kill everybody around you in the same way. And to be truthful, the way Voodoo Vince acts, it's kind of almost a spiritual successor to Conquer. And that's about all I have to say.
It's me, number 1. Let's go.
And obviously, number 1 has to be Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. This game was actually on my 2016 anticipated games list, and now it's on this list as well. There isn't too much to say when it comes to Zelda besides the fact that it looks amazing. Like, just take a second and look at the gameplay. Yeah, massive open world exploration on horseback. Tons of dungeons to explore, non-linearity when it comes to exploring main dungeons. And from what I've heard, you could even beat the main boss before beating the main story, which seems interesting. That in itself could be really cool for speedrunning, or replayability at that. There are a ton of really ambitious things this game is doing to the Zelda franchise, and I'm happy that it's kicking off the Switch launch with style. Hopefully the rest of the launch titles will be just as good, and maybe we can see some competitive Splatoon going on as well. MLG Splatoon! Seriously though, this year should be a pretty interesting one for gamers, and this is just the starting lineup, so we'll see what the future brings us for the rest of this year. I would just like to give a big shout out to my Patreon supporters, The Game Plank, Grizzly Gamer, Thomas Bethel, and Zero Master. If you want to support me, click the link on the screen or click one of the links to check out my other videos. It's totally up to you.